Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. As always, I like to open the strings, playing a little guitar, pretending I know how to sing. I am so fucking tired right now, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm wiped out. But it's time to clock in at the content mines. The world declares that it needs my content. The world will literally end if I do not keep producing content. Me and Taylor Swift were the two biggest content creators. And Donald Trump, he's third. Absolutely. So I like to open each stream playing a guitar, doing a little singing. Why? It's fun. Mood. I know, right? That is... Oh, fuck, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna tell you guys about why I'm exhausted after I'm done playing the song. And the level as to which you will not have sympathy for me is going to astound you. However much you believe you're not sympathetic, you will be less sympathetic than that. But I like to start off with a little tune, and I like to let the Patreon subscribers, patreon.com/Yossarian-Andrews, vote on what song I open up with. And this was the song that won today. If I had wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly to the river, to the one I love. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. She moves her body like a cannonball. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. One morning, drizzling rain, and in my heart I felt an aching pain. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. These mornings, it won't be long, you'll call my name and I'll be gone. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. If I had wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly up the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. Thank you all so much. Let's start the show. Why am I doing? What's the song I'm doing right now? It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Whatever happened to that singing style? People used to sing. That was beautiful. Who knows that song? I keep getting distracted, and I'll come back to my point. You're correct that it was fire. You're correct that it was 3 fires. I, in fact, started 3 fires. Not legally responsible. I'm getting distracted. We're going to talk about how people used to sing, but I also wanted to ask if everybody knew what that song was from, where that song was. Do you know? I'm going to spoil it. It's from the movie Inside Llewyn Davis. I believe it was not written for that film. I believe it's a traditional folk song, but the actor Oscar Isaac plays it. It's a whole thing. A great fucking movie. One of the great films. One of the 20 greatest films of all time. I would say Inside Llewyn Davis, yeah, I'd put it in the 20 best films of all time. And ironically, I don't even think it's like top 2 Coen brothers. If I had to rank the Coen brothers films, and I do have to, legally, I think it was weird for the Trump administration to say that I need to make a list of all the Coen brothers films or I will be sent to The Hague. But I would go, let me pull it up right here. Films directed, and we're not going to include any of the ones the brothers have done separately, although that would be a fascinating conversation to have as well. All right, so going over here to the browser. Wait, wrong thing. Every time I go to that, it plays this video because I haven't changed it from last time. Yeah, that was fun. Hey, hi Sock Cap. I think you're new here to this stream. Good to see you. I'm just going to play that No Kings video again sideways because it's fun for me. That was me at a pro-Donald Trump parade. We like him. We think he's cool. Okay, so I would say you a Trump supporter? Hardcore. MAGA. And I'm, of course, referring to Laura Trump. I think she's actually the brains of the operation. What if there's someone who was legitimately like, I'm just an Eric Trump fan. Oh, his dad's famous too? I had no idea. No, I'm just an Eric guy, man. I just love Eric. Am I a Trump supporter? No bits, no irony. This is a post-irony program, okay? After these emails leaked, I only started supporting him after the emails. After, we'll get to that, okay? I'm being ironic. I'm having fun. I am not a Trump supporter. In fact, I'm willing to say it, and this might actually get me into trouble, but I'm willing to say it. I think Donald Trump's a bad president. I think he's bad at doing the job. I don't think he's very qualified. I didn't vote for him. He's also, of course, a morbidly obese, senile pedophile, but I just don't think he's very good for the job, right? I think he slept with minors. I think it's MINERS. I think he went to West Virginia to get votes and personally fucked a bunch of coal miners. That was a joke of mine when I used to do stand-up. I talking about Donald Trump. No, I'd go, it was a pretty good joke, actually. I'd start the sets. I go, guys, I'm getting in some trouble, okay? The law's after me. I recently had sex with a minor. Yeah. Was a coal miner, as it turns out. Yep, a 13-year-old coal miner. And then the audience would go. All right, we're ranking the films of Joel and Ethan Coen, and we're also ranking Joel and Ethan Coen. Do you think he's cooked? They still allow children into the coal mines? I would have a tag after that never worked when I would go, listen, they were Chinese, but come on, what do you think? They let white kids into the coal mines? Come on. What do you think? That never really worked. Do I think Donald Trump is cooked? I got so many thoughts on that, and we'll dig into it in a second. Do I think Donald Trump is cooked? I absolutely 100% think Donald Trump is cooked. And this is a belief I have had roughly 27 times previous to this point. And I have been wrong. So, do I think Donald Trump is cooked? I mean, he's going to die. He's not doing well. He keeps having strokes and is going to get MRIs. He's stupid and fat. He's just going to die. So, I think he's cooked, yes. He continually is talking about how he's not going to get into heaven. That's a big obsession of his as of late. So I don't think he has a lot of potential as a human being. I don't think the future looks bright for Donald Trump. I think the past has been nothing but bright. I think there's actually a chance. I mean, a chance of what exactly? I think he's going to die. And then in 5 years, everyone's going to pretend like he was normal and they liked him, to be entirely honest with you. In terms of the MAGA movement, that's the more interesting question. And that's the thing people are actually asking. And irregardless of the fact that he's obviously a pedophile, and I think that doesn't matter. Republicans are pedophiles. Not just like they're okay with it. They're like it's the end state of their beliefs is pedophilia, because they think children are property, and through like weird, I think there's some damning stuff coming out. I think his own party might out him. I don't really know how much more damning it could get. There could be like a video of him. I don't know. We'll talk all about it. I'm getting distracted. We need to rank the films of the Coen brothers. All right. This is a film Twitter podcast. Okay. So number one, I'm going to put Fargo and No Country for Old Men. And thank you for sending me a follow. I'll continue talking about this, but I got to rank the films of the Coen brothers and the Coen brothers themselves. Joel, Ethan. That's the ranking of the Coen brothers. Joel number 1, Ethan number 2. And just height and number of times they fucked Frances McDormand. Because I'm willing to bet Joel Coen, having been married to her for about 40 years at this point, has probably fucked her once, although their one child is adopted. So I don't know for sure. But I would be willing to bet they've had sex at least one time. Ethan Coen is much smaller, and he, of course, is married to a lesbian. We don't fully understand how it works, but we wish him the best. I think they're having fun. He's made 2 films as a solo director, with his wife unofficially directing with him. What were they called? The first one was Drive Away Dolls, which they wanted to call Drive Away Dykes, but the MPA didn't let them. And then Honey Don't. And the interesting thing about those movies is they're bad. Ethan Coen was like, I've made a number of good movies. What if I made some bad ones? All right. So number 1, I'm going to say number 1 is a 4-way tie. I'm going to give it a 4-way tie between Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Barton Fink, and Inside Llewyn Davis. Okay? Then after that, I got to go A Serious Man and Raising Arizona. I think those are both stone cold masterpieces. I would say everything thus far is a 5-star movie. It's Serious Man, Raising Arizona, Big Lebowski. Those are all 5-star movies. I think those are fucking great. What comes next? I think Miller's Crossing. I'll put Miller's Crossing next. Raising Arizona, number 1. I love Raising. The problem with the Coen brothers is like Raising Arizona would be almost any other director's greatest film. Raising Arizona is one of the great American films. It's like not even in their top 5. They might be the actual best. I know I have a lot of love for PTA, One Battle After Another. If you haven't seen it, you need to see that movie. If it's still in theaters, go see it. It's fucking amazing. Sean Penn, he goes, what do you feel about black girls? I love them. One Battle After Another is the thing. The other day, someone tagged me in the Discord, in some Discord somewhere, and was like, hey, tell us what your favorite movie. I don't go to the movie theater. Well, you should, because, and I've long said this, the fact that no one goes to the movies anymore is why we have fascism. I kind of am saying that only half ironically. I think there used to be a culture where people would go and see movies communally and create community. And then now everyone's just in their own little fucking atomized pod, just having various ethnicities deliver them food and never leaving the house. Go to a movie theater. Go right now. Go see The Running Man. It's out the weekend. I haven't seen it. Reviews have been mixed. Glenn Powell, he's cute. They want to make him a movie star because, God, we need movie stars again. I think, okay, here's my actual opinion. If we can truly get movie stars back, like Glenn Powell is opening a movie by himself, that will be the downfall of Donald Trump. No, I have to go on go do inflatable thing. Oh, yeah. You're the I've been dropping that to people, by the way, but like, you know that Operation Inflation? Yeah, that was my idea. No, I haven't been saying that, but I'm saying person who watches me was one of the people behind Operation Inflation. I think I've said that you're the entire brains behind it, and also it's a money-making scheme, and you're making millions of dollars for it. Go to the movies. That's literally my political affiliation is we need people going to movie theaters. If that Zoran Mamdani, he won in New York, and apparently I've been told is doing trans Sharia now, Very exciting. I'm curious to see how that plays out. It's going to be a little complicated because since everybody is trans now, I guess just everybody's got to wear the full burqa. The Islamic thing where they're like, listen, here's why I don't like Sharia law. It's why I don't like a lot of these religious fundamentalist stuff about like we have to cover the woman up. Unironically misandrist against men. It may be accurate though. The basic position is like men are so horny. If we see your cheek, we will fuck you to death. That is the idea of Sharia law. And I don't know if that's good, but I kind of get it. Where was I? Raising Arizona, Barton Fink. Burn After Reading is one of the funniest movies ever made. Burn After Reading fucking kills me every time. And the thing about Burn After Reading, the people who don't like it go, I don't know, the problem with the movie is everybody is a stupid asshole. And I go, yeah, that's very funny to me. I'm going to do spoiler alerts for Burn After Reading now. So just don't fucking, all right, don't, well, you should watch it. Stop the stream. Do not stop the stream. Do not. This is not the ending, but it's midway through. But like Brad Pitt's stupid face, just his stupid gormless face, just smiling. And then George Clooney pulls out a gun and blasts him in the fucking head. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so good. Also, more spoilers. Begonia is a movie out in theaters right now. Actually making good money. Nature is healing. But I'm going to spoil this one. I'm just spoiling everything. I don't give a fuck. Spoilers are stupid. Who cares? Live in culture. There's a scene where someone blows their own fucking head off. This autistic guy. And he's just like, okay, well, bye-bye. He just puts a shotgun under his head and just... And then Emma Stone's face just gets covered with a ludicrous amount of fake blood. Just a obscenely silly amount of fake blood. And I'm seeing it at the beautiful Music Box Theater here in Chicago as part of the Chicago International Film Festival pre-release screening. I'm seeing it early. And that happens, and the audience is just, there's people right before go, oh God, no! And then everyone's just silent, except for my stupid ass just fucking laughing like Max Caddy in Cape Fear. Just, it was just, I don't know. I find people killing themselves very funny. And that's my problem. I got some issues, but that's one of the funniest things in the world to me. Someone doing it casually. Not, if someone's like really sad and like, I hurt myself today. That's not as funny. But if someone's just going like, all right, well, fair enough. That is fucking hilarious. I don't think you should do it. It's bad. Like, I find a lot of bad things funny. That's a hard thing to explain to people. They don't fully get that. Like when the guy shot Charlie Kirk in the neck and then on the bullet wrote, well, not on the bullet that killed him. Well, that will kill you. Yeah. If you blow your head off, that you will die with that. And listen, it's very sad that he's dead. I wish he hadn't done it. It was probably funny. But the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, on one of the bullets next to like the rifle, he just wrote, if you're reading this, you're gay. He murdered Charlie Kirk as a shitpost. And that's bad. I don't like political violence. I have, no kind words to say about Charlie Kirk. And I know people die every day. I don't fucking not crying about it. It is what it is. But I don't like political violence sort of just on first principles. I don't think it makes anyone's life better. But it is a good bit to like kill him as a meme. It's funny. You shouldn't do it, but it's funny. All right. So after Burn After Reading, which is a hilarious movie, what do we got next? Now we're kind of moving into stuff that I think I would do. Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is their last movie. It's on Netflix, and I think it was supposed to be a TV show. And there's a lot of stuff I really like. It's a bunch of like little short vignettes from the West, and it's their only movie that's like over 2 hours, like 2 hours and 13 minutes, and it's too long. The Coens are fucking good at tightening it up. Most of their movies are around 90 minutes. Think of how much plot is in Big Lebowski, and that movie is like 88 minutes. It's wild and hilarious. I went as Walter from Big Lebowski for Halloween this year. That was my Halloween costume. It was good. It was nice. I liked it. What was I saying? Yes, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, I would say I like. I'm still giving a thumbs up to that one. Hail Caesar, I like. I would do Hail Caesar above Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Hail Caesar is just a delight. It's one of the most just fun movies you'll ever see. There's a whole 6-minute long scene where Channing Tatum does this elaborate dance routine. no dames, no dames, no dames, out of like an old movie. Breathtaking. It's fucking amazing. So I like all of those. Now we're kind of getting into ones that are, to me, not very good. I'd also put Blood Simple, their first movie, as a movie I liked. It's kind of slim. It's a calling card. It's not like a terribly robust film, but I enjoyed it. Hudsucker Proxy, I didn't like very much. I know people who love Hudsucker Proxy, and certainly there's like amazing production design. Stuff looks cool. I think Jennifer Jason Leigh is bad in it. I'm sorry. I like her in other things. I'm not against her. But it's not even that her performance is bad, like in a vacuum. It's this weird sort of mannered, like, mid-Atlantic accent. I'm doing a bit like in one of the old movies, the old Howard Hawks pictures or something. And like, okay, that's a kind of a fun idea, a fun retro idea, but the movie doesn't commit as hard as she does, and so she just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, people are saying. Where did that expression come from? Were people breaking their thumbs all the time back in the day? I bet they were. So yes, Hudsucker Proxy, I don't like. Man Who Wasn't There is a weird, odd movie that doesn't really work for me. But I think there's no Coen Brothers movie that's not like, that's completely devoid of something that's interesting and cool in it. Even what many call their worst movie, which we'll talk about in a second. Intolerable Cruelty, I like that one, but that's like a 2000s rom-com. If you didn't know the Coen Brothers directed it, you'd just think it was, whoever, fucking Stephen Brill. That's a name you guys don't know and don't care about. What is often called their worst movie, The Lady Killers, which I watched recently. It is, and this is important to note, wildly racist. It's funny because Marlon Wayans says the N-word is like every other word, and famously the Coens don't let you improvise at all. If like the script said he is here and you said he's here, they go, nope, he is here. You have to say every single word exactly correctly. So it's just funny to imagine Joel and Ethan Coen writing the N-word repeatedly. So that's my ranking of the Coen Brothers movies. Bridge of Spies, Steven Spielberg directed and is really good. Paris, I Love You, they just directed a segment. I've never seen it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. What if we talk about politics? Should we talk about politics, ladies and gentlemen? There's been so much politics, guys. I like to talk about politics here. I like to get into it despite, and this has been a little bit of a handicap in my career as a political commentator, but I do have the one speed bump of being stupid and not knowing anything about politics. That kind of gets in the way. That being said, I will still tell you who to vote for. And that, of course, is Michael Dukakis. By the way, I lost a viewer. I was looking at my restream when I was like, all right, no more Coen's talk. We're going into politics. Someone said, nope, I'm here for the cinema. You're fine. I am fine. I don't know. We can't get it. Who cares about my politics? Just another fucking white man. I have my own thoughts and opinions and who it is. And I'll probably just, my politics are that people should go to movie theaters. My politics, I have two fundamental political positions. And this is not irony. I do sincerely believe in both of these things. One, people need to go to movie theaters. Whatever we can do politically, subsidize movie theaters, subsidize movies that aren't dog shit, make AI completely illegal, all of it everywhere except for anything that makes my life more convenient briefly. All of that, yes. People need to go to movie theaters. And my other political position that I do hold very, very strongly is that true crime media should be illegal. It's unironically leading us to fascism. It's the same way I've talked about how the average Republican sincerely believes that Kamala Harris's main political position was white genocide. Her main thing was we need to do white genocide. That is the mainstream Republican position. The average white woman in this culture thinks that at any given moment, a stranger is going to break into her house and rape her. And I tell my girlfriend all the time, I go, listen, honestly, honey, statistically speaking, I'm by far the person most likely to kill you. Like orders of magnitude, not even close. No, that's not true. No one has ever been assaulted. That's been completely made up. by the lying woke media. No, it's the fucking thing that I talked to my girlfriend about this shit because she's all into this stupid, true crime and like being on like the Citizen app and getting notifications that are like, oh, there was a guy who took his dick out at Burger King across the street. And I'm like, we live in a city, all right? You want to go fucking live in rural Montana? No one's going to take their dick out at a Burger King, but deal with it. Live with a penis, okay? That's what I'd call a whopper. All right, guys. Yes. No, there's take safety precautions. That's totally fine. And obviously people are assaulted, especially women, not exclusively, but significantly more than men are. Women are assaulted. Absolutely true. Take safety precautions, man. I totally get it. But I think all this true crime shit fries people's brains and makes them too fucking afraid. And I think that's why, the number one political position Americans seem to care about. Well, back when I did a lot of stand-up and I toured around the country, I would say Americans really only care about gas prices and legal weed. Those are the only two things Americans give a shit about. So they know what to look for as far as perpetrators and stuff. Like, it's shut the fuck up. I agree with that 100%. People are like, oh, I've watched true crime, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm like, well, first off, these aren't documentaries. And the ones who aren't documentaries, the ones who are documentaries are even less fucking accurate than the ones who aren't. Okay, and they're all made up shit. What are you looking for in terms of who's going to kill you? Well, there's really only two scenarios, really. I mean, every now and then someone's just crazy and kills people, and that's unfortunate, and I wish they didn't, but that's a thing that happens sometimes. But the vast majority of the time, it's just one of two things. Either A, it's someone who lives with you who's pissed off for any of the reasons that you can be pissed off, all of them valid. Every time a man's angry at a woman, it's correct. That's my other political position. You're buying beer? What were you buying, Dougie Jones? Oh my God. I thought, and then my grandma called me. Way to brag. My grandma's alive. Humble brag over here. What kind of beer did you buy? I thought I was going to have to go out and buy beer. And then, this is always a lot of fun. This is like finding $20 in the coat you haven't worn in a while. And you're like, shit, dude, I'm rich. I opened my fridge and I found like behind the milk, 2 beers. 2 small beers. A couple small beers. That's from One Battle After Another, which if you haven't seen, you need to see. Go to movie theaters. Anyway, as I was saying, there's 2 scenarios in which someone gets murdered. One, scenario A, just someone you live with is mad at you for God only knows, any number of reasons. Scenario 2, a stranger wants your money or something that they can sell and turn into money. That's really what it is. So consequently, the best, it's called Kiponefest. It's basically Oktoberfest. The thing is, Oktoberfest beer is in no way pumpkin flavored, but in my head it is. I'm always like, I can't have Oktoberfest. That'll taste like pumpkin spice. It won't. It doesn't. Not even a little bit. I'm wrong. And I continue to believe it. The human brain is weird, man. I've never been to Germany for Oktoberfest. I have a college minor in German. Und ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch gesprochen. Alles has vergessen mein Deutsch. The other day I was selling a cabinet on not Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, which is like Craigslist but with Nazis. And someone came over to pick it up and they were German. They were a German immigrant, and I started talking to them and they were like, "Yeah, Toten die Juden, richtig, Toten die Juden." And I said, "Nein, ich bin sehr nicht antisemitisch." But I realized how bad I was at German when I was trying to speak German to this person. So, yes, if you want to not get murdered, which I think is a noble goal, quite frankly, I don't blame you for not wanting to get murdered. Oktoberfest is just darker beer to me, but I like it. Yeah, I like light beers. I like, during the winter when you hunker down and you hibernate, I'm all about the nice hoppy IPA. Who would have guessed that a guy who looks like me would be into craft beers? Next, you're going to say I have a collection of 4K Blu-rays behind me and have never had sex. And I never will either. Volcel for life. If you don't want to get murdered, which I agree with and I support you on, A, never live with anyone. The only person do a full Ted Kaczynski, who is maybe the only person who should have been allowed to talk about politics. He fucking really believed it. Just move into the middle of the woods because you hate everyone. And then he only started shit, and I don't endorse everything Ted Kaczynski did. I don't like political violence. He was right when he said the Industrial Revolution and its effects have been disastrous, its consequences, maybe he said, have been disastrous for the human race. Do I have the first line of his manifesto just memorized? I do. You're welcome. He was correct in his opinions. He died recently, right? R.I.P. to that guy. He was in prison with, who is the guy? Ted Kaczynski and Thoreau, both famous crazy people who lived in the woods. That is true. The difference being that I've read things Ted Kaczynski has written. Henry David Thoreau wrote Walden, which, as I'm aware, is a book about a guy going, hey, fuck this shit. Everything's stupid and gay. And just going into the woods, which was the correct opinion then and becomes only more correct each passing day. But Ted Kaczynski was in the same prison complex as Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber. And apparently Timothy McVeigh tried to get him into white nationalism. And I've read this somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not going to verify it because I don't care. And Ted Kaczynski was like, you're a fucking idiot. No, I'm not getting into white nationalism. God damn it. I don't like white people either. I'm against everything. Anyway, guys, we're talking about politics. We're doing politics. Oh, I'm tired. That was absolutely. No, Ted Kaczynski, here's what I would say. I agree with Ted Kaczynski on a lot. I don't like his position of mailing explosives to various places to murder and maim people. I don't like that position. But otherwise, I do think I would vote for him in the primary, yeah. I think he has a fresh take. In a lot of ways, Ted Kaczynski has been called the Zoran Mamdani of the woods. Zoran Mamdani. What if he was like... It's just so stupid. Why is this making me laugh? What if he was like, no, I only moved out to the woods to meet Winnie the Pooh. That's it. I don't give a shit. Also, Ted Kaczynski, of course, if you want to fry your brain. I haven't looked too much into this, but he was an incredibly brilliant person, a very, very talented mathematician, I think is what he studied. But he went to Harvard in like the 60s and 70s and was part of the CIA's MK Ultra experiments. He was hanging out with gay bears in the woods trying to get their votes. There have been a handful of times in my life where gay men have regarded me as like sexually positive. It's an odd way to phrase that. They have regarded me as good, sexually. They have said I was hot and stuff like that and said I could be a bear. And I've been like, you goddamn right I could. Give me a cub. I could do that. What do I give a shit? I'm like 41. Time to start having gay sex. I'm not gay. What was the, I think it was Roger Stone said it about, the late great, who's the fucking guy from Angels in America and The Apprentice? I forget. It's one of our favorite things. What having straight guys love. I do like being complimented by gay guys, and that's just because I hate women. If a woman says I want to suck your dick, I go, of course you do. You're fucking stupid. But if a man, that would be such a funny response. Hey, I would like to have sex with you. Yeah, of course you do, you fucking idiot. Let's go do it. Unironically would absolutely work on some women. You see these young men, like these 15, 16-year-old men who are so like angry incels and are like, no one will ever fuck me. And that's why I'm a Nazi now. No one will ever fuck me. And I'd be like, guys, you don't know how stupid women are. This is a very misogynistic stream, and that's good. That's a good thing, and I embrace it. I think young men don't realize, maybe stupid isn't the right word. Maybe the right word is conditioned by society to have low self-esteem. I don't know, but, and this is, I got to tell you guys why I'm tired now, because I was about to say this will also create no sympathy within you whatsoever, but like, is that a video I should watch later? We're live? Okay. I'll watch that in a second. 2:17:30. Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'll watch it. I don't give a shit. It's free content. I was about to say, and this you'd have no sympathy. I'm like, it's not that hard to have sex with women. It's really not, especially with dating apps and shit, dude. Everyone loses their fucking mind with these dating apps, and they're like, you gotta like swipe right on 100 women for to meet one of them. And I'm like, yeah, how hard is it to swipe right on 100 people? Boom, boom, boom. First off, if you're not a fucking idiot and you don't have your picture be like you holding a fish and being like, if you think I should pay for your kid's daycare, get the fuck, like, just calm down. That is the number one thing for young men. This is a life advice segment for young men now. So get it together. All young men, pay attention. If you know any young men, bring them in. These incels are hopeless romantics. That's why you're absolutely correct. They're too busy writing poetry. Young men, incels, absolutely chill the fuck out. Calm down. Calm down. All right. First off, you don't even want to have sex. Sex is kind of overrated. I mean, it's cool. It's fun to have sex, but like, I don't know, it just lasts a little while. You're often out of breath at the end of it and kind of sweaty. Yeah, I mean, like, having sex is better than jacking off, but it's less better than you would think. And I don't even think that's necessarily like attacking sex. It's just pointing out how cool jacking off is. Jacking off fucking rocks. That is one of the coolest things, dude. Just in the world. Motorcycles, samurai swords, chow yun fat, jacking off. Those are the 4 coolest things on Earth, okay? Now, incels, calm the fuck down. Here's what you want to do, okay? Have a profile picture, talk about yourself a little bit. You're going to get a lot of rejection. That's fine. It's, it's a seller's market, okay? I'm sorry, but it's the case, all right? Chill out. Have a profile. Eventually, you will go on a date with someone. And here's what you do. You talk to them. Sit down. Ask them how their day was. When they say something, ask more questions. It's kind of talking about, which is truly, because a lot of these incels, a lot of young men, I get the impression about every man between the age of like 14 and 32 does need to have the concept of human communication explained to them. I saw a poll the other day that pointed out young men, like that age range, their approval for Donald Trump in November of 2024 to right now, a year later, has flipped like 40 points. They're so fucking stupid. Goddamn, young men are so fucking dumb. I think women should be allowed to vote at like 12 and men possibly never. They're definitely, women should be automatically allowed to vote at 12, and men should start in jail. When they're born, we put them in jail. They earn their way out. I don't know exactly how. And then they have to earn the right to vote. And it's not just like a civics test. Part of it's that. You have to know something about how the country works to vote. But there's also everything, but also women can only vote for other women. That's fine. Let's have a woman run things already. Who gives a shit? Men have to do, if they want to vote, they have to do a series of algebra tests. There has to be some level of physical fitness. Nothing crazy, but like you have to be able to like run a 5K. If you can run a 5K, you can vote. That might lead to more Nazis getting elected, which is bad. What was I talking about? Yes, I think that young men especially, have a difficult time understanding how to communicate. Just talk, man. And maybe it takes some practice, but I am sincerely a firm believer in getting better at things by doing things. I am a firm believer in that. I think preparation, like reading, studying on things, isn't bad. That can be a good, a good sort of, I don't know what the term I'm looking for exactly is, but reading and studying things can be very, very good for helping to get better at them. But ultimately, I think nothing works as good as doing something. Fucking talk to people. Find things happening. There's all sorts of shit going on. Go to the movie theaters. Go to a movie theater. Even if you don't talk to anyone. Just go there, buy a ticket, watch a movie. You'll have to talk to... Don't go up to that kiosk to buy a ticket. Fuck that. Fuck robots. Don't fucking talk to me. You goddamn movie kiosk. Don't have words with me. You don't get to talk. I am a human. I am your fucking deity. Does God talk to people? Yes, only the schizophrenic who are all correct. Talk to people. That's it, young men. And then after you've spoken with a woman, put a couple, have a couple drinks, give a couple drinks. You don't want her, if she's like fucking blotto drunk. Here's the deal, right? It's not that if you have sex with a woman, she wakes up the next day and goes, God, why did I have sex with that guy? That's every woman who's ever had sex with me. That's nothing interesting. What you don't think, really, honestly, look at her and go, okay, do you think the next morning she's going to say, I did not make that decision? And if so, don't fuck her. I got a text message from a group chat of men where people will share their Wordle scores. I don't know what someone got. Really only me and fucking Pete do it anymore. Pete Buttigieg. That's who it is. Yes. So talk to this woman for a little bit. You have a couple drinks. You have some fun. I would always take women back when I was having sex many years ago. And again, I wasn't that good at it. So, no big loss with me no longer doing it. But I would take women to Boiler Room in Chicago, which is a nice little bar off the California Blue Line stop. And they had a good deal at the time, which was a $5 PB&J. And I don't know why they called. Oh, I know why they called it that. Because pizza, beer, Jameson. For $5, and it tells you how long ago this was, you get a slice of pizza, a beer, and a shot of Jameson. All right? You do that. You're having fun. You're vibing. You talk to them. And then at the end of the night, here's what you do. You go, hey, you want to come back to my place? We can watch a movie or something. Or say we can listen to records. Or, I don't know, who gives a fuck? Just say, hey, do you want to come back to my place? And here's the deal. Women aren't stupid. Well, some of them are. The stupid ones are. But even the stupid ones probably get the idea that, you're asking them to have sex with you. They might say no. They might say, no, I don't want to go to your house because I can tell by your skull shape that you have a weird dick. And I don't want to mess with that. But generally speaking, they get what you're saying. And generally speaking, Chinese people look Chinese, first off. But also, generally speaking, they will understand it. And they might have sex with you. Women want to have sex with too. That's such a thing young men need to get. Young men need to understand that. Women want to have sex too. Not all the time and not necessarily with you. But broadly speaking, if a woman has sex with you, she's not just doing you a favor. She might enjoy it too. Or it might have her get back at her dad. I don't know. There's complicated issues here. But the point is, women want to have sex sometimes. So give them an opportunity to do that. If that now is not one of the times they want to have sex, or you are not one of the people they want to have sex with, don't take it personally. They're women. They're so stupid. They literally think Taylor Swift is like Leonard Cohen. They have no fucking idea about anything. If they don't want to fuck you, don't worry. And by the way, none of this advice applies to if you're trying to have sex with other men. Here's the advice if you're trying to have sex with other men. Just tell another man you'd like to have sex with him. And then you can do that. Yes. If you are gay, what are you doing in this chat? It's Friday night. You should be out sucking, fucking, and then another king word. Cucking, maybe? It's not cucking in the gay community. I don't know. All right, let's watch that video that Lamp shared. Let's see what's going on with that video. I don't know what it is. I don't care. I guess I care a little bit. All right, it's pulling up. It's pulling up. Let's go to the browser. Oh, I love it already. I always forget that this plays. Okay, anyway. All right. So Portland Ice live on the ground. Cam Higbee. This has 199,000 subscribers, this Cam Higbee guy is. I don't know who it is. Urgent. For those asking about contributing to our tour so we can hire proper security, we give this GiveSendGo. And it's like GiveSendGo, some my guess is, whatever. Kickstarter or fucking GoFundMe is all, co-owned by Benjamin Netanyahu's son or something. Okay. All right. Nope, I was wrong. I went the other direction. GiveSendGo is, in fact, presumably a Nazi-affiliated GoFundMe situation. Sort of, Oof. Okay, we are four ordinary guys with an extraordinary mission to bring honest conversation and open debate back to America's college campuses. I gotta say it, that's not extraordinary. Tons of people who say that. Also, he's turning point. Is he? There's a big opening in the right-wing movement now where a couple different people are trying to be the next Charlie Kirk. And in a lot of ways, it kind of mirrors the Republican primary of late 2023 into early 2024, where Nick Fuentes is the Donald Trump of this, where he's so far ahead, it's like you're embarrassed for the people still trying. Nick Fuentes is clearly the next Charlie Kirk. Is that better or worse? I honestly don't know. I think Nick Fuentes, I would not call him an honest person, but he's far more honest than Charlie Kirk was. Also, I think smarter and funnier. So, but he is perhaps more evil, perhaps not. Tough to say. Anyway, in today's world, conversations around politics, cultures, and values often turn hostile. Well, yeah, I mean, first off, it's this stupid fucking conservative thing that I thought we abandoned. I thought, about 5-6 years ago, you stopped saying this bullshit where they're like, oh, you can't even talk about things anymore. And it's like, you can't. Guess what? Talk about them right now. What do you actually... I'm sorry that someone on Twitter said you sucked. Well, congrats. Someone spent $40 billion, so now the only thing you get on Twitter is heckin' based, comrade Keck. Okay? I'm sorry that you posted a fucking racist meme of Tweety Bird saying Obama was actually named Unga Bunga or some shit, and your grandma, your fucking grandchild gave it a heart thumbs down emoticon, and you're mad about that. Guess what? You can express your fucking opinion. And how about you actually stand by that? Instead of this bullshit about, but I don't even get to say my opinion. I don't even get to say what I feel. I'm a big fucking baby. I'm fucking mama's baby. Why don't I get to say my opinion? What's your opinion? Oh, we should gas every single brown person. Why can't I say that? Everyone's a fucking pussy. You can say it. It's the same thing about saying the word retarded, which I just say. I don't say the R slur. Retarded. Does that piss people off? Yes. Should I not say it? Probably. But guess what? I'm allowed to say it. You just got to live with the fucking consequences. These people are fake edgelords. They're not real edgelords. Real edgelords, true fucking edgelords, we know the point is to piss people off. That's what's funny. It's not funny to just say the N-word. Well, okay, I take that back. Depends on context. Just saying offensive shit, anyone can do that. The funny part is watching uptight people get offended, okay? And of course, the right wing are the most offended fucking people. So, by the way, we're not a big organization. We're not backed by corporate sponsors or wealthy donors. I'm sure they have fucking both, okay? And conversations around politics, culture, and values often turn hostile. Shut up. Too often, people are silenced or shouted down instead of being heard. Yes, and all too often, you don't suck your own dick and jump off a fucking bridge, Cam Higbee. Shut up. Just, everyone's a fucking pussy coward. Live with the consequences of your fucking actions. You're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say more or less anything you want. There's some limitations on certain contexts and stuff. And if you want to be a real free speech absolutist, I don't agree with you because I think that actual absolute free speech absolutism, absolutism, the point where I think you should even be allowed to scream at people on the street and harass people and stuff like that. I think it makes society unfunctional, and I like society. He wants to scream at people in their face about things they don't actually care. I mean, that's kind of the thing where it's like, you have to respect other people's desire not to get harassed, But I don't know, if you're similar to when people would say Elon Musk has bought Twitter and he's bringing back free speech and he's going to let anything be said on there as long as it's not illegal. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's a stupid position business wise, although we all know he's both an idiot business wise and his point was to install a fucking fascist dictatorship in America and he succeeded. So congrats, fucking Mr. Musk. But if that's actually your position, I respect that to some degree, and I get it. It's understandable. Yeah, just let anyone say whatever they want to say. I understand why someone would have that position. I don't necessarily agree because, again, it just makes a website unusable. You can't actually have people sharing their opinions if everybody can share their opinions because there's someone who's just going to scream inward, kill them 24/7 because they're fucking psycho. So you can't really do that. But that's not what he did at all. He banned plenty of fucking people. And this guy wants to scream in their face about things they don't actually care to talk about. That is such a conservative thing. Also, I do find it very funny that Steven Crowder is doing the change my mind thing again now that Charlie Kirk's dead. You know he was so fucking mad that Charlie Kirk stole that bit from him, which he did. Just unironically, openly. Charlie Kirk was the change, or not Charlie Kirk, Steven Crowder was the change my mind guy. There was a whole meme where it would be like, I actually think that iced coffee should be hot. Change my mind, or some stupid bullshit. He was the guy. And then Charlie Kirk, after they tried to do the insurrection 2020, which Charlie Kirk was a big part of, he fucking... By the way, we're coming up on 5 fucking years since January 6th insurrection. That's wild, dude. It's wild. People who were 13 when that happened can legally be fucked now, which is how I keep track of time. But yes, so after Charlie Kirk, the whole insurrection thing didn't work. He was like, I have to rebrand. I'm going to do this change my mind thing where I go to college campuses and when someone asks a question, I go, well, have you considered black on black crime? Have you considered gang violence? Have you considered the N-words that are doing it, actually? That one I won't say. I'm a hypocrite. I'll say retard all day. I don't give a shit. I love that word. It's a great word. The thing about the word retard is I get it. It's hurtful to people. It makes them feel bad. It creates negative emotions. I get that entirely. But there is no better word to describe retards. Sorry. I'm not talking about like actual retards, you know. I love them. I have a lot of love in my heart. I have a lot of love in my heart that goes out to you. No! For the retarded. Anyway, and then he got God, and now Steven Crowder is back to doing it. And I saw some clip from one the other day where he goes like, I don't know if you know this, but we actually started this. It was just a very funny little shitty thing. He also said he's fucking a Mexican woman now, or I guess he just said immigrant. He's probably like a Bulgarian Nazi or some shit. Because his wife famously left him due to him being both abusive and the most obvious closeted homosexual of all time. If there was video of Steven Crowder having sex with another man, full penetrative sex, that would be less damning evidence than any episode of his show ever. Okay? And that's cool. Having sex with men is one of the only cool things Steven Crowder does. Anyway, let's watch this video now. This is, by the way, a fucking 5-hour and 39-minute video. What is happening with this bullshit? Cam Higby, for the... Okay. Yeah. Read the comments here. Thank you to all Americans that is in D Portland is now standing up and supporting the Americans that can't be there. God bless you all. Okay. Damn. So they literally just like set up a camera in front of like disabled people or something and just yell at them. God bless. Amen. Yeah, I think, ooh, a car alarm just went off out there. I think we need to start having, need to use the NSA for good. All right. There is a horde of them. I mean, that's kind of a bummer. We need to use the NSA for good and find anybody who types God bless in all caps and immediately treat them. What they either are on the wrong medicine, not enough episode. Oh, that White Bear episode is fucking great, dude. I love that episode of Black Mirror where it's just, I mean, and I think that does touch on something that is not specific to the American right, although they are the most kind of guilty of it. But like during peak woke, which is over, woke is dead. We don't care. We're doing Sharia law in New York. We don't give a shit. Woke is dead. The president is literally a pedophile. No one gives a shit about woke anymore. It's done. But at the absolute height of it, there was something that made me uncomfortable. These like social media pile-ons or something. And the thing is, I didn't like it even when people were probably guilty. Even to some degree, someone truly heinous like Harvey Weinstein or something like that. And I say truly heinous because there is fucking shades. I don't give a shit. Woke is dead. I'll talk about it. What Harvey Weinstein did is obviously worse than what like Louis C.K. did. Louis C.K. did. He shouldn't have done it. Ask people who work with you if you can jack off in front of them. You shouldn't do that. This is another advice segment for young men. Don't do that. You should presume no one ever wants to see you jack off. Well, that's not true. no women ever want to see you jack off. Other men, they could probably pay for it. No woman ever wants to see you jack off. Except, of course, for the ones that are truly mentally ill. I just have a memory now. One time, many years ago, I had sex with a woman who recently got married to not me, which is probably the best for everyone involved. But we were making love, and I brought her to climax. Now, she was on top and would later claim, of course, that she did all of the work, and in fact, I had a trash dick. But I think I deserve at least 99% of the credit. Yeah. But she like got off, and she was like, when she would come, she would like have trouble like walking. It was like fucking really cool. I really liked it. God, I would love to have sex with her again. Don't play this for my girlfriend. Don't let her see this. Anyway, I had sex with her, and she like goes to the bathroom to clean her pussy, is the term, because I had just absolutely fucking destroyed it. Just done a goddamn demolition derby. And I was like, hey, do you want to like, I'm not done. You want to get me off? She's like, no. I was like, okay. She went to the bathroom. So I just started jacking off. And like, she comes out of the bathroom right as I like bust. And I'm like, oh, and just like bust. And then she just stops and goes, gross. Gross. My girlfriend will 1,000,000% never watch my content. And she shouldn't. Honey, I love you. I love to have sex with you first. Okay? All right? But if you won't have sex with me, then how about other people I dated who are married now? Maybe don't show her this video either. She had a traditional Jewish wedding. Also, her mom tried to convert me to like Zionism. I say Zion. I mean, she tried to convert me to Judaism, but she would talk a lot about how important Israel is. Ugh, can't even fucking get into that bullshit. Oh my God, it's terrible. And it was tough because at the time I was a big Hamas supporter because I thought that was the name of the spread. And I was like, listen, if we have to kill every single man, woman, and child in this world, but I get to dip my falafel in that shit, worth it. All right, what was the time frame I was supposed to fucking watch in this video again? Let me pull it up here. Anyway, the president's a pedophile. I said that. That was the title of this stream, so I should mention it at some point. The president is a pedophile. We know that. That's a fact. And we also know, and this for some reason really makes me laugh, Jeffrey Epstein's email address was jvacations at gmail.com. 2/17/30-ish. Okay. So about halfway through this goddamn fucking Bellatar Satantango length video. If you get that reference at all, send me $5. All right, 217. Let's get into it. We'll do 215 first. That's a nice even number. Okay. This just doesn't even seem like interesting content. So these guys are MAGA and they just film like Portland Ice going around. Do they get, I guess I'll find it in a second, but I don't know, do they get good content of like ICE smashing brown people to the ground? I guess is what they want. It seems like a full 5-hour video. It does speak to the, God damn, Team Trump. Oh, is that them? Is that the host of this video are helping ICE? God damn, what absolute pieces of shit. Yeah, they agitate protests. They try to start the violence, et cetera, et cetera. I do respect the sheer laziness of their grift where they don't edit the videos. They just put it down and then try to harass brown people. That's their, or disabled people. That's just their entire fucking job. It's just cruelty towards people they think they can be cruel to. And they don't even edit it. But I'm like, if you are a racist who just likes seeing brown people get hurt, don't they have like highlight clips? Can't you just, I mean, you gotta like watch this whole shit?
This one, yeah, right here. Leftovers. Oh my goodness.
Okay. You're exactly fucking correct. If your goal is to just see brown people get hurt, fucking just go to the Homeland Security's Twitter account. It's just like stupid glitch videos of like, have you ever considered the supremacy of the white race? This also has 100,000 fucking views. Now, a lot of that shit is just bot stuff. You got to realize that. So much of the popularity... Well, the thing is, it's something that fascists discovered and is true. where if you just make something popular enough completely artificially, there will be a non-insignificant amount of people who will engage with it as legitimate content just because other people have. And it works especially well for right-wingers because they're especially stupid and weak people who need to be told what to do, need a daddy figure. So they go, most people like this.
Oh, he disappeared. Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. He's talking to somebody. Yeah. March up and down the sidewalk.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a funny thing because
First off, we don't need that kind of language, okay? Listen, Lamp, you live in Portland. Have them get it together, okay? Have them get it together. I still think of Portland as a more woke city, but I feel like Chicago has taken over. Maybe that's kind of always been the case, but Chicago is the one that Republicans say instead of the N-word. Whenever they say the word Chicago, they just mean the N-word. So they go, I'm going to need an N-word style pizza, if I could get that. That's Tommy. He's not allowed to come within 200 feet of the building. So is it one of the hosts of it who's screaming like, you fucking, whatever it is? Is that one of the hosts of this thing? The MAGA hat guys? I disapprove, man.
I don't know. One of the guys over there. Let's go see.
I agree. Maybe the sheer length of this thing is getting to me. You could round it up to 6 hours, and I'm just imagining the saddest person. Like, okay, that makes sense. Scream at everyone, transmitter men. Oh, that's what he's saying. Trans women are men. I told him I respect him as a trans woman by the transitive properties. Great point. Great point. I feel like the best response to right-wingers talking about trans people, it is both incredibly cliche and kind of problematic if you really think about it. But it does really work to just go like, damn, man, you guys do think about girl dick just like constantly. Just like all day. And that's cool. I mean, I guess, do what you want here, but you should. They don't like that one fucking bit, dude. They don't like that. Yeah, it's a long video. I'm just imagining truly the saddest, most depressed fucking human on earth. Watching all 6 hours of this, just not moving. Deflate your ego. No, too pretentious. Listen, if I have a note, Lamp, and I love what you guys are doing with the inflatables, but one note, inflate your ego. All you should write on it is Trump == fat retard. That should be it. Okay. Whoa! I'm seeing a little cameo appearance right there. Seeing a little. Boom. You're being covered up by the chat, which is understandable. And you, in fact, will never be seen. I'm imagining, and maybe this is racism on my part, but I'm imagining this guy trying to sell a mix CD. Is that a thing? I see you. I see you. I got an eye. Oh shit, the guy's got a Bears hat on. Fucking Chi-Town represent. Hell yeah, dude. Was this guy part of your whole thing? I don't know what he's saying to these Portland Ice people or they're not Portland Ice, but he's a streamer too. I don't remember his name. That is, of course, Asmongold in blackface.
I heard you got kicked out of the camp.
fuck the camp. Why y'all here today after the two little fascist bitches? I want Hey, bro.
Don't touch my camera. Don't touch my camera.
Okay, so Interesting. So the problem with this here, it must be such fucking blue balls for the fascists watching this, because obviously they're watching this with the hope that someone's going to murder this black guy. Like, they would like to see that. That would make their penises hard or their pussies wet for the first time since fucking Kevin Sorbo was on Hercules in the 90s. So they love that, but I'm presuming it's not going to happen. And he's probably just going to move on through his day. And it must be so frustrating to them. God damn. Be like if I watched, We Bought a Zoo, and they never buy a zoo. I'm like, why the fuck did I buy a ticket to this? We bought a ticket to We Bought a Zoo. Oh, that'd be a good movie. I'm going to make that movie. Ah, nice. Respect.
He's a pedophile. Huh?
Next time you ask why you're
I said you're a pedophile. And he said, that's all you got.
Why are they calling him a pedophile? Is he a pedophile? He might be. Some people are. I mean, I don't think he's in the Trump cabinet, so. Can I tell you guys, I fully went goblin mode on my brother. Because my brother in the family's WhatsApp chat that we have was just like, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, R.I.P. to a great man. He's a fucking idiot. Absolute fucking moron. No good. I was telling someone like, oh, my brother's right wing. And they were like, has he always been right wing? I was like, oh, he's always been retarded. See, that's when you should use retarded. Not for somebody in like a wheelchair. All right. You can call them disabled or differently abled or developmentally disabled or the N word. You can call them any of that. But retarded should be used for my brother and my brother alone. That's fine to disown me. That being said, also, you don't disown me, and everything I say or do, Lamp approves of. Across the board, 100%. Why are they calling him a pedophile? Like, first off, they have Trump Vance, their support pedophile. That must also be so fucking frustrating to these guys. They all are pedophiles. They like pedophilia. They support it on first principles. And they have to claim it's bad every day. That must suck, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much, you're a pedophile. Yeah, case closed.
Based on what? I don't get it. Is there any context to them calling him a pedophile, or is it just like a black guy they see or something? Like, what does it, or is it something like, okay, here's my guess. They're like, okay, by the fact that you're black, that means you support the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party wants to trans all the kids, and so therefore you think about kids' genitals all day. In fact, you do that. I've never once thought about 4-year-old girl dick. I've never once. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. Ooh, and I do mean hole. But yeah, bad news. So that's what I imagine their sort of circular logic. Oh, so he actually is a pedophile. Okay, well, all right, my bad. My bad, guys. Okay, you get that one. All right? You get a point on that one. I simply must admit it.
Alan, thank you for $2 super chat.
Thank you for the $2 super chat. These people are all freaks. Well, like everyone protesting? Yes, that is 100% true. I'm always shocked by how little... Because, if you follow the extreme left or the extreme right, and I'm just a moderate centrist in the middle, like I don't go, but no, if you follow either one of them, the horseshoe theory is largely bullshit, but there's some truth to it. And one of the truths to it is that on sort of the extremes of the left and right, live long and prosper. On the extremes of the left and right, they both believe that the fucking world is ending so goddamn quickly. They'll be like, it's either because of the Jews or because of capitalism. But either way, the fucking world is falling apart. Now, I would say, if I was to ask if the world's falling apart, I would say that it is, and it always has been, and people have been predicting the end of the human race as long as there's been a human race. That being said, there was one time Trump had toilet stuck under his shoe. I said that's doing it wrong. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude, but a toilet paper. There was that one time Trump had toilet paper stuck under his shoe. What if that was the one thing that brought him down? He comes out and he's like, guys, it's up. And he does his usual blah, blah, blah. But someone goes, oh shit, he has toilet paper under his shoe. And that's when his approval rate drops. His approval rate's never going to fucking drop. Okay. That's what you people don't understand. That's it. Everyone's so fucking excited about this like Democrat victory a couple Tuesdays ago. Big victories across America. All the fucking dipshit, like, Majority Report people are like, fucking Zoran Mamdani won. We have a socialist mayor. And I like it for two reasons. A, Zoran Mamdani is a cutie, and we need more young, cute people in left-wing politics. And B, the right-wingers are fucking furious. They legitimately believe that he is, like, going to do Marxism Sharia law. And I'd ask them to define it, but they don't understand either concept. They don't. They think Marxism is trans and Sharia law is brown trans. They don't fucking know anything about anything. So, do you know he'll save world hunger? Why are you a doubter in Mamdani? That's a great. I am only a doubter in him because, and I realized this recently, I've seen a lot of movies. I've watched way too many movies. I have never seen a film directed by his mom. His mom, Mira Nair, has made she's a, I think she teaches at NYU now or something like that. But she's a legitimate world filmmaker, not like just made some indie bullshit. She's made fucking big movies that came out in theaters, okay? Down here, Transtify, if only. He's the second coming of Marx. I wish. People said she's made some great movies. I've never been like, I'm not watching a Mira Nair movie. I'm never doing it. She almost directed the 5th Harry Potter, I think it was. She was like up in the running for it and she didn't do it. But she directed Queen of Katwe with Lupita Nyong'o, which I just mentioned now. It's probably not her most famous movie, but Zoran Mamdani worked on it as like a music supervisor or some shit. It was one of his first jobs out of college, out of high school maybe even. And listen, Nepo baby much. But she directed the movie Mississippi Masala with Denzel Washington that I've heard was good. Salam Bombay, which I think she made in India, and she made, I think she directed this. I could Google it, but I'm not going to. I believe her last movie was an Amelia Earhart biopic with Hilary Swank that bombed so hard, I am not 100% sure it exists. There is a non-zero chance I have hallucinated this film existing. Monsoon Wedding. Yes, that's the one. I always confuse it with Muriel's Wedding, which is the Australian movie Toni Collette was in. I don't know. Anyway, everyone got very excited. Democrats have won the races. And listen, moderate Democrats outperformed even like Mamdani. But Mamdani, it's good that he won and good for him. But he also that's true. It's different than the traditional pull you get. I totally agree. I wish him the best, man. I like the guy from what I've seen. I've seen various videos. I like what he has to say. Give him a fucking shot, I mean, it's New York, it's small. He's won't be able to do, I'd imagine, but we'll see, everything that he's saying, but I generally agree with the economic populist shit. I like it. But broadly, that, special election, which I don't fully know what that is. I know midterm elections are next year. I think special elections are the ones that aren't midterm. Why is that the case? Why can't they just have every mayor, all elections are on the same day, one day, and you come in, and it's not so much that you vote for candidates, because who gives a shit? Candidates fucking lie. We have a group of people, like 5 people, that we have locked in a room, so they're not influenced by anything on the outside, and they come up, they meet a candidate, they evaluate a candidate, and determine the vibes of that candidate, just in a room. They're both naked, okay? Everyone's naked in this situation. And they determine the vibes of this candidate, and they write down their vibes. Like Donald Trump, smells like shit, is very funny. But those aren't vibes. The vibe of Donald Trump is, fuck you! That's the vibe. And then people come in and just vote on the vibes. Democrats don't win the midterms. I'm thinking there's actually going to be a midterms now. The Republicans are so bad. When Donald Trump got elected again, I was 100% like, no, there's not going to be a fucking midterms. There's not going to be like a 2028 election. What are you talking about? Like, duh, we're doing fascism now. They seem cowardly and incompetent. I think we're going to do elections again. That's my prediction right now. We'll fucking see, man. But will they win midterms? Probably. Democrat voters come out now. It's a bit of a flip. Back when I was a kid in like the 90s and kind of the 80s and 70s and shit, it was the Republican voters that showed up at every election and like voted and had a fucking political project. That's bad though, because the system's still fucked. I would agree in a large way, and I'll tell you why. So Trump represents what a lot of the voter base sees as a self-made man, businessman. They also conflate being, I do agree about the business thing. This it is something that's very hard for the pundit class to understand because it's literally difficult for them to be as stupid as the average Republican. Like whatever, fucking the Pod Johns from Pod Save America, have your criticisms of them. I get it. They're not stupid guys. They're like educated guys who know their shit. And it's hard for them to process that like truly a large percentage of the population, I don't know how much, but a lot of them were like, we need to run this country like a business. Donald Trump runs business. He good business. Why is that? It was a TV show I think I saw. Whatever, who fucking gives a shit? But Democrats show up and they vote now in midterms. So is it possible that Democrats completely sweep the midterms? Is it possible we have whoever, Gavin Newsom elected president in 2028? It's possible. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to make any predictions, but it's entirely possible. Here's the problem, and this is why I agree with what you're saying, Lamp, which is that he represents the worst of what America is ideologically. Transactionality in every sphere of life. Politics cannot run on what's in it for me. You need ideological consistency, especially in foreign policy. I do agree with that largely. And domestic policy, too. I think it's this stupid, like, fucking atomized American bullshit where everyone's like, helping people is gay. Or it's like, they'll sort of say the church should help people, even though the church doesn't fucking help anyone. But what was I saying? Yes. So if Gavin Newsom gets elected president in 2028, which is entirely possible, he's not like, he'll be competent, he'll be fine. I would like it. I would be fine with that situation. Guess what? I'm a relatively well-off fucking cis het white guy. Like, fascism will fuck me over too. It's not like I'm gonna be free from it. But and maybe that's why people like me are sort of more focused on like, my number one priority politically would be like getting rid of the Republican Party, because neoliberalism as represented by the Democratic Party will continue working for me and making my life better. Not everybody's, but mine certainly. Fascism won't. Fascism will be bad. I will not like that. If we just have Democrat presidents, I'll be pretty much fine, but other people won't. And more importantly, enough of them won't that they won't continue winning. You know what I'm saying? Republicans will have a problem putting a new candidate post-Trump because there have been people trying to emulate Trump and they failed hard. I am wondering about that. What happens, quote unquote, post-Trump? I mean, it was the thing that Trump is literally uniquely sort of charming to certain group of people. There's an authenticity, even though he's easily the least authentic human of all time. But they wanted Ron DeSantis. They wanted fucking DeSantis hard, man. And so they promoted him and it didn't work. So we'll see. I would say that, I would vote for Democrats and I'd always vote for Democrats. And I understand why people do that. Like, I would recommend doing it. I think that it's all about getting further away or closer to your goals. I mean, right now, look back at 2016. Bernie Sanders came fucking close. And I'll argue with people about the degree as to which the Republican Party, quote unquote, rigged the primary for Bernie Sanders. I would say more in 2020 than 2016. But in both cases, they did things I don't like. They did things I don't agree with. But they didn't do anything illegal and they didn't do anything particularly unique. Okay? They have the candidates they support and it's institutional and you can have problems with it. I don't blame you. But Bernie Sanders was a fucking senator from Vermont that nobody even knew who he was until it was too late. Meanwhile, we have someone who had been involved in Democratic policies for fucking decades. Destruction of the police state, abolish ICE and DHS. I would agree with all of that. I mean, that would be great for me. I don't fucking like ICE. I am left-leaning populist candidates can work, see in this climate, but not like someone who sounds like a crazy person. I mean, we live in a populist kind of moment, and that's what Zoran Mamdani has, and that's what Donald Trump has. But I don't know. Politics is a whole fucking game, and I don't know exactly how to play it, but it's very possible Democrats could hold power for a little bit. People are fucking stupid. In 4 years, they'll be like, I don't have enough money, and no one's sucking my dick right now, and they'll vote in fascism again. I don't have a way out of this for America, man, because we're not getting smarter. We're getting fucking stupider. The Flynn effect is reversed, man. A general strike? I hear about that stuff. What's the idea of a general strike? Is you just don't do anything? You just stay home? I don't know. I like doing things. That's my problem with the general strike. No, here's what I honestly think. I'm not opposed to a general strike in principle. I'm really not. Sure, go for it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not. I don't think you're going to get it in America. I don't think there is on the left, and certainly not on the left far enough to propose things like a general strike. I don't think there's enough organization to really build up momentum to make it enough of the population to matter. And I also think that people in America more than most, but we're not unique in this. We're just especially sort of advanced in that. No, man, I'm killing it with the libs. Hey, I'm on your fucking side, man. In Europe, general strikes do work. People are good at striking in Europe. In America, that's a good point. That is true, Lamp. You are... How many fucking liberal wine moms who like share footage of you in a frog costume and they're like, she's beating Drumpf, if they had to sit in a room with you and talk for 20 minutes and you'd be like, no, I'm a communist. Would it be wrong to call you a communist? Would you disagree with that statement? Not that I think anything's wrong with it. It's the similar people are like, this person's a socialist. And I'm like, you should actually argue principles and ideas. And to some degree, I'd even say like with Nazi, I agree. Labels are stupid. But even like saying someone's a Nazi, for me, that's enough to write them off immediately. But I think you owe it to the world and you owe it to yourself to actually consider why you think and believe things. And like, what's my problem with Nazis and sort of that's, you know, a term that kind of whatever, it was in the 40s, whether or not it applies to modern movements in very specific ways, I don't fucking know. But extremely far right, ultra nationalistic, you know, fascism. What is the issue with fascism from very first principles? And I think that they are Nazis. If you not see shit, you can't cry when people call you Nazis because they aren't living. That's a good. It's like when Piers Morgan, who has a great show that is good. It's good for the world that fucking exists. People literally, Elon Musk gave a Nazi salute, and people claimed he wasn't. Yeah, you're right. When Piers Morgan, a great guy, has never done anything wrong, will go, hold on, do you think that actually the issue is that the left keeps calling Trump a Nazi? You keep calling people Nazis. And I want someone to go, well, do you think that we're insincere? I know you think officially that the group is not, you say Nazis, and he'd fucking get out of this. He's a slimy weasel, doesn't actually fucking believe in anything. But he'd say, you know, I don't think they're National Socialists. That was just a party in the 40s or the 30s or whatever. Yeah, no, Piers Morgan, no one gives less of a shit than Piers Morgan. I do think he seems to have a legitimate thing with trans people. I hear that everyone was mad at him one time. I would never round up Jews. I just hate brown people from the countries below us. Well, exactly. Yes, precisely. Well, Piers Morgan probably say like, well, they're not a Nazi. And I'm like, would you say they're not a fascist? And I would say, listen, you would claim they're not because you are a combination of a grifter and a right-wing propagandist. I mean, those aren't mutually exclusive, but to the degree as which he believes anything, I don't fucking know. But he at least is largely insincere. But would you say that I don't believe it? Because you're saying the implication is people shouldn't say it, okay? Not all fat. I don't fucking know. I'm against labels, man. Gay, straight, Nazi. What, you know? Who cares? Yes. What I'm saying. I'm fucking around. Fascism is more of a theme. It's largely again. That's the point. And where you got to go past labels and just got to actually, what don't you like about it? Okay. And I think it's inhuman. To me, ultimately, fascism is the idea of purging. This is the idea of a purge through fire. Giving in to anger and fear and horniness about the world to the point where you just want to burn everything. I think that's irrational. I think it's not healthy. I think it's anti-joy. I think it's anti-human freedom. I don't like that. You could say that, you know, if you're streaming on a street corner exactly as many feet away as you can be from a building because you're that desperate to be rabid at trans people, you're probably a fascist. I would agree. But again, it's like, who, you know, call whatever label you want. If someone's basic position, because these guys won't talk about their actual position in terms of politics, they'll talk cultural. Their actual position is they don't think trans people exist or fucking whatever. I should press play and I should keep going, but I got a point here to make, and I will in a second. The thing is, their position is they don't think trans people exist. I would say I disagree. I think that I'll just keep playing it with the volume down while I just ramble fucking over it, and we'll see anything good happening. So, what was I saying? Yes, their position is that trans people can't exist. There is some sort of religious like soul to gender. I don't agree with that. I think that there is biological realities, and of course, even by yeah, fuck them. Even biologically, gender isn't binary, sex isn't binary, obviously, right? But whatever, their position is that. But also, I don't give a shit about that position. I don't fucking care. Have your position. You can debate it, and I disagree with you, and I can sit and explain why I think you're wrong. But like, who gives a shit? I don't fucking care. Also, this video is very funny to watch without sound. This could be a medical issue, not political. Let's leave this. I would agree. have, whatever position you have about trans people, again, I could sit and argue with you about it, but I don't really give a shit about what fucking position people have. What the fuck is that? Did he drop that? Is that crack? No, it's a blunt. Let a man smoke a blunt. Oh, do you just give a free blunt to somebody and they're dancing? Jesus, Portland really is fucking crazy. Is this just downtown Portland every night? Damn. I don't know. But yeah, I'll fucking argue with someone because I have a different opinion about them and I'm stupid and I can argue. But like, who really fucking cares? Everyone has any number of different opinions. The question is the degree as to which the government, the state, should be involved. That's what politics actually is. I mean, it isn't, but it's what it should be. And so if your position as a Republican is, I don't think we should be allowed to quote unquote trans the kids, or children should not be allowed to have gender affirming care. All right. Well, I mean, that's such a broad term that can mean various things. Ultimately, there are probably stuff that would involve in medical treatment of children that I agree with and don't disagree with. But why am I the one making that decision? Here's what my political position is ultimately, which is that it's going to have to be a fucking lot for me to go, no, parents and doctors shouldn't decide the medical care of their children. Okay? I'm going to trust doctors on this shit way fucking more than I trust either really myself but especially religious fucking ideologues. There are gender affirmative care aspects that have nothing to do with trans people. That's absolutely true. Like breast reduction for medical reasons. You're 100% correct. That's a thing people do. There's also tons of gender affirming care that in no way is medical, like just having people dress the way they fucking want to do. If you want to have a parenting debate with someone and sit down and go, I think you're parenting your fucking kids wrong, have those opinions, man. I see people and I'm like, I don't know, I think you're raising your fucking kids wrong by living in the shitty fucking suburbs. I don't know. But everyone can have their stupid fucking asshole opinion. The point is, I'll actually argue if you want the state to get involved, because I would say no. And that's my position is not like, well, children should transition. I do think all Republican children should forcibly be transitioned. Teachers are too fucking tired to make, indoctrination. It's this stupid shit where they're just like remember Libs of TikTok, and no one really cares about Libs of TikTok anymore. That's so old news. She was relevant like 6 months ago. Oh, you were in that frog costume. I just saw your face in there. I was wondering which one were you. Do they have like a little fan inside or something that like pumps it up, or do they just fill it up with air before you, like as you put it on and as you leave? Wow. That's cool, man. You do that shit. OperationInflation.com. You guys need to start up like a Patreon or something. Some do. Depends on the model, I guess, of the costume. That's a good point. Cheap ones don't. Yeah, there's a fan. I put 2 in mine to keep it plump. It does look quite plump. Yeah, let me tell you something right there. That frog thick as hell, dude. That frog thick as hell can get it. Yeah, but that's the thing. No one, like, to some degree, I would consider myself a libertarian. I wouldn't use that term because, A, I'm not a pedophile. So that automatically gets me removed. Everyone would be like, libertarians are just Republicans who want legal weed. And I'd be like, I was about to go like, well, and they also have one other issue. And then I realized that's also just Republicans. Yeah. What's the libertarians' mortal enemy? Fucking math. Basic concept. The age of consent. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. All libertarians are like, I just think we're, they're all becoming Megyn Kelly, where they're like, all right, 50 is different than 5. Okay. All right. If there's grass on the field, fuck a child. I've long said that. But there are certain aspects of libertarianism that I disagree with, and one of them is a healthy distrust of the state. Now, people who claim they're libertarians aren't actually fucking libertarians. They don't actually have a healthy disdain for the state. Their real fucking thing is they just want the state to hurt people that terrify them, They do literally always. Well, that's something that at the end of the day, all internet debate will just eventually resolve in arguing about the age of consent. And, maybe there are things you shouldn't debate. Maybe there are things you just accept and move on with it. My weird brain, I will debate. I don't know. I'm constantly wondering why I believe things and what they are. So the idea of why you shouldn't fuck children is I think that would be a negative emotional effect on the child. There are some libertarians, but they're extremely rare. Yeah, there are some, like, if you want to say right-wing libertarian. I mean, again, it's like labels are stupid. The core libertarian principle, I mean, true libertarianism, if you want to get into it, is just fucking anarcho-fascism at the end of the day. Or just anarchy. True libertarian is just complete and total anarchy. And I don't like that because I like society. I like having a society to some degree. And I also think a state is inevitable. You know, call it whatever the fuck you want, but a state is inevitable. All right. I'm at the point of being drunk and being unedible where I'm talking about the state. Let's check out this next video. Libertarianism was or mostly is associated with socialist movements. I've heard that. Well, I've also heard the real socialism is stateless. And that's the thing. I think that's naive, man. I think the state is too powerful that people will fucking invent it. But I don't know. Prove me wrong. At the end of the day, some sort of like stateless, socialist, gay utopia sounds cool, I guess. But that's just not like... We can sit around and fucking talk about science fiction all goddamn day. Or we could actually talk... What are they doing now? What are they doing? They're just showing their goddamn Twitter feed. Okay, real democracy. Yeah, I don't know. Let's check out this other video that Lamp just shared. What do we got here? All right, what do we got here? There, oh, it's in the disc. No, it was not in the Discord. It was in the what was in the Discord? In the stream chat. Yes, there we go. Tommy screams at me is this next video. Visit site. Is it getting pulled up? Yes. All right, let's turn the let's turn. Okay. This has Lamp. So by the way, I'm promoting a small channel here. This is unlisted and therefore has no views 39 minutes ago. So I'm going to say get more views, you dumb bitch. I spelled bitch wrong. JK, 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 JK Simmons. I love you. All right. No views is good news. This, you're right. That can often be true. What was I need to stop this so I don't. Okay, there we go. Let's check. Tommy screams at me. So Tommy's one of these weirdos in this fucking channel who gets 100,000 views, and that's good news. You're like a discount internet. I don't know what internet common etiquette with Eric is, but how dare you ever call me discount? I'm twice the price and half the value.
Where you live? Do you see me hanging out outside of your place?
Hey, did you know that trans women are men? Did you know that trans women are men? No, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. And I'll never be a woman because men cannot become women. Men cannot become women.
Yeah, go ahead, but don't touch me.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who's this bitch right here? It's a comment. Dude shit posts some videos in the comments. God, this is so stupid. Truly. That woman is alcohol. Yeah, she doesn't seem well. I don't know what's going on with that woman, but she doesn't seem well. But I'm just imagining like you're on a date or something. Someone's like, what do you do? And he goes, oh, I yell about... A woman is a ghoul. Yeah, not alcohol. Although probably alcohol as well. What do? I yell about trans people. Yeah, no, I'm very, very invested. I'm out on the street screaming about trans people. I said, this is going to clip your heels. I don't want to have you freak out. And she scuffed and stepped forward and started screaming at me again. I don't know. I mean, she's mentally ill. All these people are fucking mentally ill. The guy recording this is, you know, maybe just trying to like get a career as a YouTube fucking commentator. I don't know what the deal is. Who is this obsessed? Culture wars are the biggest cancer for the brain. Yeah, it just like really works because honestly, politics are boring as shit. It's fucking dumb to have to be like, what is the marginal tax rate? You know, I got that FSRI laugh or SSRIs. I'm like, bro, you should be on SSRIs. I don't. Yeah, all of these people, I would guess it's not enough medicine. That tends to be the case. But if they are on medicine, you shouldn't, or you should be on different medicine or different amounts of medicine, or I don't know what the fucking deal is. Donate to Tommy through tip jar on X, TommyBoy4209. What's your content? Oh, what's my favorite show? I like where the guy just screams about trans people to just passerbys going, what? What? Are you okay? Do Should we have a wellness check on this person? Trans women can never be women. Trans women are men. Oh, okay. I mean, that's. I'm sure people love it. They're fucking so stupid. This just burrows into people's brains. I think the whole trans thing really fucks people up, and I think part of it is just like you have to understand that. First off, there's different positions on it. They're screaming out. If someone's like, they can do whatever they want, but they're crazy or just doesn't believe it. In that case, I think their heart's in basically the right place. I would just disagree. And I would say that, well, but gender expression is different than, biological sex. They're just different things because, what sort of fries your brain, you'll talk about like XY chromosomes and XX chromosomes make you a man or woman. Again, plenty of chromosomal abnormalities, plenty of hermaphroditic people. All of that shit's true. Chromosomally, humans are not binary. That's all true. That's completely valid. But even if you just take it on the surface and say, okay, but the question to you is XXX or triple X. Those are the chromosomes I've got, baby. That other X, it's the 24th. I have Down syndrome. That's the, but I'm trans Downs. That's what I have. I feel like I have Down syndrome. I was just born in the wrong body. But, whatever. Trans people, I am triple X little triple X. If you talk about actual medical aspect and social aspect, this should be the proper answer. But people morally or ethically can agree with it just on the surface of it, and they often do. Thing is, they don't fucking get obsessed. Yeah, well, because, you are. So what does that mean to be triple X? Does that mean you're extra woman? Or no, is it? Yes, because XX is woman, XY is man. So man is half woman. That all makes sense, right? Means I'm Vin Diesel. You're goddamn right, you're Vin Diesel. Or Ice Cube. People forget about Triple X State of the Union. You're an extra woman, which is why you don't shut the fuck up, says a guy on a live stream right now who's been talking for close to 2 hours, just nonstop, just chatting. What a big fun. Before I started this live stream, I was like, oh, fucking God, I don't know what I'm going to talk about tonight. How am I going to do this? And I'm like, boom, 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 boom. Women are annoying, almost as bad as men. I was going to say why I was so fucking tired earlier to you, to make you people really jealous of me. I bought a house. I bought one of those. Guess what? I signed a deal with a bank to pay the money over the course of the next 30 years. Joke's on them. I'm going to die before that. Got your ass. Think you're going to get my money when I'm dead? Probably. And then you'll get the house and sell it to someone else. But you know what? My ghost will still be jerking off in there. And you can never take that from me. Ugh. So this morning I woke up and was moving stuff over to my new house. You might notice that I don't have shit behind me. Maybe you don't know. You probably don't see the shit behind me. But I've taken a lot of stuff out of this office. I've got my new streaming room. I'm moving like next Sunday. So maybe my next live stream will be from my new house and you can see it. But I was there this morning, like painting shit and spackling shit and just being a real man. Being a real fucking man of history. So that's why I'm tired of shit. But I'm going to talk for another 10, 15 minutes. Then I'm going to order some Chinese food. Then probably go walk to get the Chinese food and then watch a movie. We did this last time and people in the comments could suggest I watch any movie. And if I owned it on Blu-ray, I would watch it. I'm not that much of an attention sex worker. I'd be tired of doing it. So that is, you and I are just built differently. Would never shut up. I'm just like tired and I want to eat food and watch a Blu-ray. And if you put it in the comments, name of a movie I should watch. And if I have it on Blu-ray, I might watch it if I'm in the mood. Okay. For background ambience. Okay. Let me play this one here. Let me pull this one up here and we'll just put it on the back. Oh yeah. Live protest at ICE facility. Visit site.
Guys, man, I don't feel great today, but
Okay. I'm going to be straight up. Watch Anal Insatiable. I mean, did you mean to type that in the chat or was that like, oh, it's like a bit you're doing like pornography or something like that. Watch Insatiable Anal. I worked in a porn shop a little bit when I was like right out of college, like 21, 22. I worked at a porn shop and it was not one of those like cool, like feminist, we sell sex toys. This was in a fucking like farm, a goddamn cornfield in central Illinois. Truly a dog shit place to fucking work. And I was like stocking shelves one time. And I just remember there was one movie that was just called 40 Hours of Ass Fucking. Never been done. Ugh, I've seen it many, many times be done. The big thing about, I remember seeing 40 hours of ass fucking, and I'm like, that's too much ass fucking. I'm supposed to put this on in the background. I don't like this guy's beard. Maybe you know him. Maybe he's really nice. I don't like him. I don't like his whole vibe. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe he's really nice, though. I should give him a shot. I should give him some love in my heart. But yeah, working at the 40 hours, because this was long enough ago that, you know, people buying DVD pornography was still a relatively, thing that was still happening, whatever the word I'm looking for is. An hour 47 of this 2 hour 33 minutes. Okay. There you are. All right, there we go. Go back a little bit right there. Damn, there's a lot of videos of people just walking around Portland. I don't understand why this is as popular as it is, but good for them. Good for them, my man. Yes. Also working at the porn shop, the big thing that was a big money maker, there's a couple things. One of which, we had booths in the back, which, you know, you would take... Yeah, well, yeah. Honestly, I went to the protest. I went to the No Kings protest, and some might even say there, in fact, was a video of that, and it maybe went something like this. Yep, there was that. At least, like, we walked around. No Kings, people said, was pretty chill. Yeah, I mean, I was the one here in Chicago, and I mean, it was cool. People were saying things. Yeah, we're not at the point where, like, we do radical communism or fascism. Americans, generally speaking, have treats. And so you're disgusted by Donald Trump. I get it. I'm disgusted by him too. And you'll protest. And protesting is cool. And it sends a message. And you're at the wrong spot. But I'm coming back to it. You said it was like an hour 47. This is an hour 45:27. We'll get there in 90 fucking seconds, okay? Patience is a virtue. To be honest, T, this is at the point. Yeah, people have plenty of concerns about the policies. I mean, I'm not saying that Americans would never get to that point. Maybe they do. I hope I don't have to see it. It would be an unpleasant thing to fucking see. But if we got to that point, so be it. Anyway, about the porn shop I used to work at. About the pornography shop where one could purchase pornography. Yes, the big thing was the booths in the back where you could come in and buy like a couple dollars worth of tokens, you know, sort of like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of situation. And then you would go to the back and there would be these booths where people would be, see, now's your little fucking clip. You happy? You're famous now, Lamp. You're on the goddamn screen behind me. Enjoy. People would have a lot of anonymous gay sex due to all of the glory holes in each of the booths. And the funny thing was, it was told to me, those glory holes were not installed by the store. Someone must have like snuck in a goddamn fucking axle saw and just like carved holes. And apparently he would do it at like multiple different pornography stores, like a really cool Johnny Appleseed. Well, to be fair, they're in big plump costumes. We're dancing, and we're fucking having some fun. We're dancing. Yeah, and then the other one, at the porn shop, people could go to the booth in the back and like rent a movie. So like if you couldn't jack off at home, God forbid, what the fuck? You're living in goddamn Tehran, okay? Jack off at home. If you got to do it in the shower, you got to do it in the shower. Could do any of that public shit. I mean, the public sex shit. Yeah, I mean, like, not to brag, but I've had my dick sucked. My friend who wears the pink frog is crazy. There's no one on screen during any of this is sane. None of them are. But you know, I'm glad she's your friend and she's not watching the stream, so she's fucking dead to me forever, and I hope the fascists put her in a camp. Just kidding! That was too far. That felt bad saying that. I love her. I love all God's creatures. I don't want anyone to be put in a camp, unless it's a summer camp and it's a young Jewish boy about to have sex for the first time. Because the impression I get is that's what happens at these summer camps. I remember saying that Iran's government denies homosexuality exists. That is very funny. They're like, oh, damn, gay people, dude? Could never be me. Sounds like a you problem, having gay people. I forget what I was even talking about. I was just fucking rambling. All right, I'm going to order Chinese food. All right, I'm going to order from Great Dragon. All right, I believe it's called. Or the Great Emperor Walk Wall. Why are all Chinese restaurants, they all sound like they were named by racist Texans? She's a good dancer. You're absolutely correct. Who's in there? Is it Elizabeth Berkley from the film Showgirls? Frogs are doing good. Unicorn and Bear are doing good too. I actually just sent this video to Donald Trump and he killed himself. He fucking ended his own life, man. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. All right, all right. Why is shit so fucking gay? All right, all right. I thought I heard someone outside. All right. I literally forget the name of this Chinese place I order food from. I'm always like, you know, it's the Chinese place around the fucking corner. Yeah, Great Dragon Chicago. All right. He is scared of the inflatables, as he should be. They are fun, aren't they? Damn! Yeah, that bitch in the pink frog outfit is fucking going, dude. I don't know if she seems athletic. She seems spry. It's hard to tell, you know, but she really is bringing a lot of energy to it. Damn. Inflatables. She's 30. Well, that explains a lot right there. What's so wild to me is you said she's 30 and I'm like, yeah, she's so young. There was a time in my life when it was like, damn, being 30 would be so old. I should kill myself. All right. I'm going to order some food from the Great Dragon restaurant. $30 years old. You're too old. You're going to die. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can I get an order for pickup, please?
Yeah. Can you tell me your phone number first?
Sure. My phone number is...
Okay. What would you like today?
Let me get a small egg drop soup.
A small egg drop soup? Okay.
Let me get some egg rolls.
How many egg rolls?
2.
2? Okay.
Let me get chicken wings. You get like 6 chicken wings?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get 6 chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get a large beef lo mein.
The beef lo mein, okay?
Yep, that's all.
Okay. So, give me a second.
Okay.
Total like $30 and 62, about like 15 minutes.
All right, sounds good. I'll head over.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I asked him to deliver it in a frog costume. I feel like that would somehow be a Chinese insult. Also, that should be a new expression, a Chinese insult. I don't know what that is. Do you eat that soup in like one gulp? Yeah, and burn my throat? Oh, fucking think, okay? Do you eat that soup in one gulp? That's you. I did your voice there. No, I eat it with a little delicate spoon. We actually, there's a spoon. I do have a favorite spoon. Let's see if I can find autism spoon, because I have a favorite spoon that I love. And then I saw, God, I got so much shit going on right here. I saw some meme or something that was like, if you like this spoon, you're autistic. And I was like, I do like that spoon and I am autistic. Autistic spoon theory. What is the spoons theory? No, that's not what I'm looking. What is the autism spoon? I don't understand the joke. Why do we like spoons? I'm not saying I dislike spoons. I love the really tiny plastic ones. But when people talk about the autism spoon, my understanding is that most neurotypical people don't particularly like one type of spoon over another. But autistic people often have a favorite spoon. Guilty as charged. Okay. Guilty as charged. I have a favorite fork. Yeah. So I do like the spoon. All right, guys, I'm going to go support a Chinese business, okay? Stop Asian hate. Guys, stop Asian hate. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for joining us, your neighborly sheet poster. I love you too. This is a good format for the show. Just post videos and I'll react to it. That's what we're going to do from now on. I will prepare nothing. People post their videos and I'll share my twisted thoughts. You were good, your neighborly sheep poster. Throw me a like, throw me a subscribe. I'd appreciate the hell out of it. Check out the Discord down there in the comments. If you're not part of the Discord, join it. Or don't. Do what the fuck you want. You're a grown up. I don't care.